The next thing we want to talk about is teaching this horse to guide. Now, we've already moved his shoulder, which is a big part of that, but we want to improve on that. Ultimately, when we're riding this horse, the direct rein controls the face. This bends. The horse doesn't follow it necessarily, and some trainers will have a horse follow their nose a lot. But basically, we want this horse just to give us his face when we take hold of a rein. All right, not necessarily the feet. All right, what we want to do is we want to be able to control this horse, the shoulder, independently, so that when we pick up the outside rein, we will bump with this outside leg and get this shoulder to move across. Just like we did on the ground, moving the shoulder, we're going to move the shoulder while we're on the horse's back. Now, we'll start this like we start all things. We'll just stand here, hold your horse straight. Don't try to turn him. Just hold your horse straight, and when you pick up that rein, just bump, 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 bump with that leg until the horse moves. All right? Then, next day or two, we bump, 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 bump with that leg until the horse moves a few more steps, until ultimately we can walk the horse all the way around and move the shoulder. Now, again, we want both reins to be independent. I want to be able to pull this horse's head around with the inside rein, shoulders stay up, stay straight. Like if I was going to show a Western pleasure horse, I want his nose in, but I want his shoulder to stay up. And when I pick up with the outside rein, then I want the shoulder to move across. So I'll be able to walk in a circle or trot in a circle and get this horse to move that shoulder away. Moving the shoulder is basically a function of what we call a counter arc. Now, not everybody uses it quite the same, but we want to be able to bring the horse's nose outside, or at least keep it straight. We want to keep his body straight so the shoulder moves and the hip doesn't go. So we hold his shoulder straight, his head straight, and move his shoulder. So we call it a counter arc because the head is to the outside, shoulders to the inside. So we're going to walk this horse in a circle with his head to the outside and the nose to the inside. And we just keep bumping with this leg, getting that horse to move across. All right, when he's moving good, you sit still. If he resists, you just kind of bump and get him to move a little bit more. Now, as he gets better at that, in everything that we do, when we speed up, the maneuver gets harder, and the horses will be a little more resistant. So if you're trotting and trying to do a counter arc and he starts resisting, go back to the walk. So we're going to ask the horse to trot, and we pick up this outside rein and move the shoulder. So the shoulder's going across and making the hips going in a small circle, shoulders going in a larger circle, and the shoulder moving across. This gives us our guide so that if we're loping the horse down the pen and we just drag our neck rein, the horse will go the direction we want him to go. Now, as they get better at that, we'll go to the lope and do the same thing. So we pick up the outside rein, we have the head to the outside, the shoulder to the inside, so we can move the shoulder in and get the horse to be controlled. All right, if the horse starts to resist at some point, then we'll just shut him down, go back to the walk and or stand still, and get this horse to move his shoulder.